Hi, how are you? My name is Mr. Nichols, and I'll be walking you through the rest of this pre-algebra PACE group. We're in book 1093, and we're looking at coordinate planes. Now, up here they call it a coordinate plane, but really this whole idea here is the product of a guy called Rene Descartes. He's a French philosopher and mathematician. And so this plane is actually called a Cartesian plane. But from now on, we'll just call it the simple coordinate plane. We use a coordinate plane in everything that we do that involves graphs. The stock market, a heart rate monitor. We see it with the COVID numbers, how the numbers go up and down. It's when we have a two-dimensional number like months and money or whatever, it's always on a Cartesian plane or a coordinate plane. Now, they packed a lot of information in this first part here. The first one is the coordinates is, as you can see very clearly, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We see that in this, we're looking at numbers going this way, and this is our x-axis. X-axis. So this is our x number, if you will. And we go this way, this is our y-axis going up and down. So x goes left and right, y goes up and down. And if you notice here that in quadrant 1, if both numbers x and y are both positive, they would be in that quadrant. And if we look at this area right here, if x is negative and y is positive, then it would be in this quadrant. And if x is negative and y is negative, it's in this quadrant. And finally, in this quadrant, if x is positive and y is negative, you would be in that quadrant. Now, when we say x and y, what do we mean by that? Well, every one of these little crosses here, every one of these little points here, every one has a name. Its first name is x, and the last name is y. So x and y. So they give us some things down here in the graph above. Point P has the coordinates. Since we call it a coordinate plane, each one of these things, these points, are coordinates, so we call them points or coordinates, is 4, -5. Remember, the first name is x, the second name is y, so x goes side to side, x is side to side, and y is up and down. So we go side to side, 4, and since that's a -5, we're coming down like this to point P. And we see here that x is positive, y is negative. We look over here, x is positive, y is negative. So we have the first number in an ordered pair shows how far the origin moves horizontally or side to side, left to right. The second number shows how vertical, that's up and down. Okay, so if we're looking at the examples on the bottom, I'll do one for us, and then you can do the rest. So if we say A right here, A is right there. So what do we do first? We call it out by its first name, X. Start at the origin, 1, 2, 3, and then the last name is Y, up and down, +1. So +3, +1. So we write that with parentheses, 3, 1, and that's how we would write that first coordinate. Let's take, I like doing this, so we'll take another one. We'll do F. We'll do F right here. So we start at the origin, 1, 2, 3, but it's negative, knowing we're going to the left, negative numbers, 3, -3, and we're going down, 1, 2, 3, which is in a negative area. So it's 3, 3, but they're both negative. So we would write that as in -3, -3. Okay, I hope this helps you for the first part here, and we'll be back in a little bit.